for those rights to be maintained, which means we have to be vigilant, and it's just the nature of it. I mean, look at this beautiful play and everything that we know. He was suppressed. He had to suppress so much, but he knew, and he took those risks. But we have to be clear-eyed, and it doesn't mean we don't see the beauty in everything, right? These things all coexist. But I believe we fight for something, not against something.
Yes.
Right. And that's our optimism, right?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. With that, I'll make it.
What just happened? First things first, I just want to say, yeah, she's definitely hammered. Okay. She's definitely lost in the sauce. And, definitely an excellent display of why she's not the 47th president. I sometimes ask myself, while we're continuously on this winning train under the new Trump administration, and we're just soaking in all the victories and all the glories and all the wins and all that kind of stuff, I ask myself, would any of this have happened? World leaders making peace with America and wars ending and the illegal immigrants being deported at a huge rate. Okay, the turnover rate is growing under the Trump administration. Okay, well, the turnaround rate, meaning basically we're getting them out of here. Okay, would any of this have happened if Madam Kamala Harris would have became the 47th president of the United States? I absolutely just don't think so. I just don't think that Kamala Harris, Ku Klux Kamala, heels behind her head Harris, serving Sith Lord Jurassic Joe, I don't think any of this would have happened. I think the country would be on fire like California, quite frankly. I think this whole thing would have been a sequel to the Titanic, and we'd be laying right next to the Titanic under Ku Klux Kamala's leadership. Okay, my bad, dictatorship. And that's just, I hope it's not just me who thinks that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm just so relieved that she is not the president. And here she is, while we continue to win, they can't take it. They can't take it. So she's got to sit here and, imitate her master, Sith Lord Biden, with her gibberish babbling just going on. Almost like a Jack Sparrow kind of character. Just drunk and babbling. But let me know what you guys think about that. Let's get into our next clip here. Shout out to our guy, Benny Johnson. And somebody said, thank you, President Trump, for saving us from Ku Klux Kamala Harris. Well, they said Kamala. I added the Ku Klux part. Anyways, let's go. Shout out to Benny Johnson. Let's go.
We're gonna park all that free time, right? You gotta produce Broadway musicals about women's suffrage, which is what Hillary Clinton was doing in the lead up to the 2024 election. And it sounded like this.
Yikes.
Maybe Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. They just played this song in his cell on repeat.
Oh my gosh.
Until it was just too much. And he just succumbed. Maybe that's it. Maybe it was Hillary Clinton, but it was her musical, actually. That's how they got Jeffrey Epstein. This is the biggest load of crap that I ever saw on Broadway. Oh, and by the way, it lost a fortune. This is how they embezzle money. You realize it. This is how liberal women and criminals and their husbands, these families, embezzle money. They pump it into Broadway shows that are going to fail and then pay themselves the revenues. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest load of literal crap I've heard on Broadway since, a actual pile of crap was found near Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton on a Broadway show. Some like it steaming hot. Page 6 here is that a serial pooper has been stalking the halls of the legendary Schubert Theater. And the last time they struck, a turd appeared in the aisle next to Hillary Clinton. At Some Like It Hot. This should have been a bigger story.
Oh, no.
A source close to the show insists that this was a regrettable one-off incident. But another source says the theater's staff that the shit almost hit the fan at other performances as well. Last week when Hillary and Chelsea Clinton were in the audiences, the lights came on for intermission, and there were two human turds in the aisle next to the famous duo. They're trying to tell us something. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't had enough cringe for your day, let me give you a little bit of acting lessons that even people on Broadway would respect. Like Kamala Harris, who was raised in Quebec, eating poutine in the leafy suburbs, ladies and gentlemen, of Montreal, who definitely didn't work at McDonald's, suddenly realizing that she's Latina.
I love you back.
Yeah, I love you back.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Kamala the Chameleon. Yeah, Kamala Chameleon. Yeah, she's notorious for that stuff. You know, she's just like, you know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Or Kamala Harris suddenly realizing that she's black.
Friend Quavo would say, he does not walk it like he talks it.
Man, fumble, absolute fumble. Just no, okay, N-O, just no, negative, red X, wait, sorry, emojis. I don't know where those came from. Anyways, but yeah, that is absolutely ridiculous. I just, we dodged a serious bullet.
Everywhere I go, I tell people, look, you may not be a union member. You better thank a union member.
Better thank a union member.
For the 5-day work week. You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave.
All right, so why are we doing this?
I have zero respect for her. I'm just going to say it.
Why are we doing this? The whole setup is all about acting and how these women find comfort in all these other professional fakers, Hollywood, Broadway, musical industry, these people who aren't real, who have probably a lot to hide. And they're some of the most passive aggressive and catty individuals. And, you know, game, respect, game, like. Kamala Harris is now creeping around Broadway stages, just like Hillary Clinton did after fresh off not being noticed at all or recognized or asked for a single photo at a Lakers game. Kamala has scurried on her belly, crawling on her knees to the warm embrace of Broadway, like all washed-up liberal women who've had their ass beaten by Donald Trump. Kamala Harris blasted for rambling word salad speech while attempting to inspire the cast of a Broadway musical. Kamala Harris has been mocked for delivering yet another word salad speech while giving a pep talk to the cast of a musical on Broadway. The former vice president made a surprise appearance along husband Doug Emhoff in New York this weekend at Studio 54 for A Wonderful World, Louis Armstrong musical. Gosh, they're gonna butcher Louis Armstrong. Okay, got it. She was greeted with cheers from the crowd and received a standing ovation. But her speech was intended to inspire the cast and crew behind the scenes, has sparked more controversy online. So let's go ahead and have a listen. What Kamala Harris had to say. So this is the PR video that was shot where the cast, so excited to greet Kamala Harris. Oh, they're so happy about it. Wow. The kid giving the expression as though Joe Biden is there. Oh, no, it's Joe Biden's vice president. Okay, calm down, kid. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Kamala Harris gets a chance to speak wisdom to the cast, and they ask for a refund.
Oh my goodness. You know, I don't get out much these days. And there's, you know, but spirit's tired, but it cannot be defeated. Never let anybody defeat that. Because then what do we have left? When we think about like these moments where we see things that are being taken, but also let's see it as a, you know, nature abhors a vacuum. So where there's a vacancy, then let's fill it. Right?
What are they saying? If you ever like seen Minecraft and like the villagers, or if you had kids that play it, or you play it yourself, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They sound like a bunch of villagers from like Minecraft. What are they saying to? She didn't say anything intellectual or anything smart or just inspirational or anything empowering. You know, like what is she saying? She's just babbling, and it's just. Yeah. What an amazing person. No. That I'm actually scared or I'm blown away that there are people that think that Kamala is a genius and she's very smart and she's inspirational. She's someone to aspire to be like. I'm actually kind of, blown away and very sorry, Benny. But yeah, that is just sad. That is scary. It's scary that there's people that agree with this nonsense and that aren't going to say, hey, what are you actually saying?
And let's know that the reality is that the progress of our nation has always been about the expansion of rights, not the restriction of rights. Mm-hmm. We're seeing a U-turn right now. Mm-hmm. For those rights to be maintained, which means we have to be vigilant, and it's just the nature of it. Look what this beautiful play and everything that we know that he was suppressed.
Yeah, she's lying like crazy. They're definitely for the restriction of rights, completely. Okay, completely. They have their own agenda. If you don't get in, you get kicked out.
He had to suppress so much, but he knew, and he took those risks. But we have to be clear-eyed. And it doesn't mean we don't see the beauty in everything, right? These things all coexist. But I believe we fight for something, not against something. Super cap. I believe we fight for something and not against it. I believe we fight for the right to delete kids and create more, people that, have zero ambition and more unhealthy individuals and more, future criminals of America. And let's invite the illegals across and replace the Americans. And the list just goes on. Okay. The misandry, the hating on it's just a straight fumble. It is just ridiculous.
That's the word.
Right. And that's our optimism, right?
Yes.
My favorite part is Doug in the background looking like he aged like 50 years in 5 weeks. Look at him. Look at him. Doug had literally can't roll his eyes back in his head. Look at him. Look at this. This is what actual torture. We're not even in Guantanamo Bay. This is what actual torture looks like. You don't have to go to Guantanamo Bay. You just have to go backstage at any Broadway show. That's what actual torture looks like. New word salad just dropped. We really dodged a bullet. Kamala Harris attended a Broadway show and reminded everybody that her word salad and the lunacy is in the White House. The funniest thing about this unintelligible word salad from Kamala Harris is brain dead liberals in the background nodding their heads.
Exactly. Like what were they agreeing to? What were they actually agreeing to? That's the scary part. They were like, oh yeah, she's spitting. What is she saying? Nothing. She's not saying anything. So it's like, oh my gosh, that is actually insane. These people can vote.
They're the theater kids, right? We saved ourselves from the theater kids. Who was running the show for the last 4 years. Kamala Harris attended a Broadway show in New York and was reminded everyone how her word salad sucks and how lucky we are that she isn't in the White House. Trump saved us twice. That's right. Look at this. I like Broadway. Kamala Harris has humiliated herself once again. And she is also, I'm happy to report to you, the leader for the Democrat Party for 2028. Kamala Harris appears bleary-eyed as he delivers a word salad. Somebody needs to get her help, obviously. Somebody needs to find her address and get an AA intervention, quickly, okay? Although the impressions are maybe not. Maybe don't. I don't actually care anymore. Maybe just keep the laughs going. We need to laugh some more.
Good, y'all bringing me on stage. I don't really get out much these days. Look, I know the spirit is tired. I always say if your spirit, is tired, that's why I drink spirits. You can't let them defeat you. Right? We can't let it defeat us. When you think about, these moments, we see what's going on. Everything that's being taken.
This is SD Patty. She's
Shout out to her. Okay, she absolutely nailed that Kamala Harris impression. All right, that was actually very scary to watch. How accurate that was.
she's great. She's a Kamala Harris impersonator, and I think she probably does the best Kamala Harris impersonation out there. She should be on SNL, ladies and gentlemen. Instead, we get Tom Hanks. I don't make the rules. Ladies and gentlemen, we are winning. Kamala Harris is losing.
And they can't stand it. We just keep on going. Shout out to our friend Benny Johnson. And that's that. Let's see what some of the comments say. Proof that we really dodged a rocket-sized bullet. Facts. Okay. She lost every swing state. Let that sink in. Wow. I completely agree. That is absolutely wild. Someone said, I'm so sick of Kamala's word salads. That's the problem with these woke Dems. They can't stop even when they lose. Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah. These people can't even tell you what a woman is. That's the truth. That, you know, it's very scary that, you know, they came this close. And for anybody who's still a Dem, I mean, how are you still a Democrat after seeing the straight fumble and all the L's they took? Well, all the L's the Democrats took, you know, including whoever is still a Democrat. Like, you took an L if you're a Democrat. You know, you guys lost, and we're winning, and we're going to keep winning, and we're going to enjoy this winning Trump train. And it's just what it is. This is what we voted for. Okay, we are getting the corruption out, and one day at a time, doing the very best that we can. And yeah. But, you know, to still be a Dem is like, wow, you know, like, I have no idea how you can still do it. You know, shout out to our friend, the liberal hive mind. You know, there's so much abundant hypocrisy coming from the left. You know, they really showed their true character. They showed, you know, what they really think about you, how they really feel about you. I mean, they are the true pander party. It is absolutely nuts. The wokeism is off the rails. And, yeah, it is insane, guys. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Shout out to the King Squad. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. Thank you for all donations. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.